Hey everyone, this is Logan589XP here for another discussion. This time we're going to be talking about the recent ARMS Direct. And instead of Ender today, because he's busy right now, we gotta have a new guest.
Hello, my name is SacredFroakie.
So, yeah. So this is going to be definitely interesting because this is the first time I've had someone other than Ender on here, so that will definitely be interesting. Maybe the video won't be as long, but we'll see. So anyway, yeah, let's okay. Well, why don't we start with like initial impressions first? Like what did you think of the Direct overall?
Okay, yeah. So what I felt like they really showed off what this game has to offer as a good multiplayer game. It showed off some new characters and some more new arms that we will be able to use in the game. And I felt like they just showed off what the game has to offer really well. And this was a very much-needed Direct, especially really close to the release of the game. So I think it was a very smart move by Nintendo to do this Direct.
Yeah, I mean, like, we basically know everything that's going to be in the game now. I highly doubt there's anything really more at this point, except for maybe, I don't know, a character or two. But I think we basically know everything that's in the game. We know all the modes. We know all at least all the launch characters. We know all the launch stages. We know, we know, like, pretty much everything about this game at this point. And that's probably good, because before this we didn't really know that much about the game, to be honest, except for some of the characters, and that it's a fighting game, and you can, you know, use your arms to hit people. Like, we really did not know that much about the game. But this Direct, but this Direct ultimately did one thing for me. This is I was hoping this would be the Direct that would convince me that I would actually get this game day one. And it definitely has done that, especially because, and actually no, I'll save that for later. We'll save that for later. But yeah, like, it showed off all of this stuff, and also something that of course wasn't in the Direct because Nintendo doesn't talk about this stuff. But Digital Foundry did their analysis on ARMS a few weeks ago, and they released a video a few days ago, and they said that in single player, like if you're not the single player mode, but, you know, like one player on the screen, like you're playing by yourself with other people online or whatever. Okay, one player. If you're just playing with one player on the console, or, you know, you're just playing by yourself on the console, the game is 1080p 60, which is awesome, because I was actually kind of worried it wouldn't be 1080p, just based on some of the trailers. But it's awesome to hear that'll be 1080p 60 in single player. But if you're doing two-player split screen, it goes down to 900p, but it still stays at 60 FPS. Yeah,
I think frames are. I rather have I rather it run at 60 FPS rather than have it stay at 1080p and drop frames. So I think that's overall, because it's not going to be a huge difference.
Your mic is cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Is it good?
Yeah, now it's fine.
So I don't think it's going to be a huge deal that it's not even going to be a big deal. It probably won't even be noticeable that the resolution dropped a little. So I mean, the game still will run just as smooth as it would when you're just playing single player. So I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah,
for a game like this, frame rate's definitely a priority. However, they have, of course, had to make compromises, and much like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, once you hit 3 and 4 player, it goes down to 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
But from what we saw, it looked fine, to be honest, at 30 FPS. Like, I've played Mario Kart plenty at 30 FPS by doing 3-player split screen. It was fine. You could obviously notice the difference in frame rate, but it wasn't like game changing. Like, it wasn't gonna make me not play the game because the frame rate was lower. So overall, I think Nintendo definitely did a better job at optimizing this game than, say, Breath of the Wild. I mean, Breath of the Wild was straight up not optimized, like, at all, and they said it themselves. Like in a GDC interview before the game came out, they straight up said that one of the reasons why porting to the Switch was so easy is because, well, you know, and they were talking about how they ported Breath of the Wild to the Switch, because of course it's a Wii U game that was ported to the Switch. So it's not really a Switch game. That's why everyone's like, oh my god, the graphics are so last gen. It's because it was made for the Wii U, not the Switch. It's a port. I mean, name one game at launch on the PS4, Xbox One that actually, well, I guess it's not, actually now I think about it, there was Killzone. That looked pretty good. Killzone Shadowfall on PS4. But, you know, but still, like, generally launch games do not use the full power of the system, and that was no exception with Breath of the Wild. That's why it ran at 900p at 30 FPS and still had frame drops. Not nearly as many as the Wii U version, but there were still frame drops. Whereas I guarantee if they did some more optimization, they could have gotten a rock solid 1080p 30 FPS no problem. But, you know, I guess that's kind of, you know, beating the dead horse there with the whole 900p thing. And honestly, the game looks fine anyway. But it was back to ARMS. But although I actually was thinking that, because like with Mario Kart 8, it's 1080p 60 for 1 and 2 player, but for 3 and 4 player it goes on the 30, but it's still 1080p. But on ARMS, it drops down to 960 in 2 player instead of staying at 1080p, which is kind of weird, but oh well. As long as the HUD, like, here's the thing. Like, for example, most Xbox One games aren't 1080p, but their HUDs are 1080p, and the menus are 1080p. It's just like the actual game itself in the background that's a lower resolution, but everything else in the game is 1080p. With Nintendo games, they don't do that. They just do the full-on resolution for everything, and that's the thing I was concerned about, because I didn't want to play ARMS at 900p and have the menus be blurrier because of that. But since the game is 1080p in single player, that must mean that the HUDs are going to be at 1080p even if you're playing at 3 and 4 player split screen. Like, it's not going to lower the entire game's resolution, just the actual game itself, but the HUDs and stuff will all be 1080p 60 FPS. That's what I did for Mario Kart as well. Even if you're playing in 3 or 4 player, the like when you're like scrolling, like when you get an item and it's scrolling through all the items, that's still 60 FPS. Even if the game itself is 30. But like the HUDs are all 30 are all 60. So I'm assuming that'll be the case for ARMS as well. But yeah, overall the game definitely looks like it's going to run pretty good. But enough about the technical aspect. Let's talk about what ultimately matters in a game like this, and that's the game. Let's talk about the game. Now, we did see a lot of stuff here we didn't know about, particularly a bunch of the modes. There's a whole bunch of modes in this game. And I actually
Rocket League, almost.
Yeah, I said that in my reaction. Is like when they show off the hoops mode and the mode with the volleyball, I'm like, are they trying to copy Rocket League with these type of modes?
And also has that one Smash-like mode where you go against 100 enemies. Yeah,
they have like a multi-man Smash type mode, which is all pretty cool. They have all those modes. It means there's gonna be more stuff to do in the game.
I think it's gonna be great having all these different modes, because you know you don't want to just do normal 1v1 ARMS fights. So it's really good to see that we're gonna be able to play different kind of modes.
There's also, I believe, there's also a training section, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and Grand Prix, which basically is just a single-player game itself.
Yeah, like it sounds. At first, I was like, "Why is it called the Grand Prix? This isn't a racing game." But
yeah, it is a little weird, but
then again, I know. Then again, I know nothing about boxing, so maybe it's called that. Is it called that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know much about boxing at all.
Yeah,
but
I don't either.
I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but the same developers for ARMS are the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So. Yeah,
like, well, just the Mario Kart team in general, they made all of, like, at least, I think starting with at least Mario Kart DS. I don't remember, but, like, yeah, like, oh, yeah, but, like, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why the game has, the split screen that way. Like, 1080p, well, like 60 FPS for 1 or 2, and 30 FPS for 3 or 4. Maybe that's a reason why. I don't know. I don't know. I just like how this is all lining up. But yeah, so yeah, the Grand Prix is like the single player, and there is like a final boss which we saw some of, and you know,
really?
Yeah, they did show like a final boss. Although calling it a final boss is probably a little too dramatic, but okay, then whatever you say, Nintendo. I think calling it the final opponent would have been better instead of the final boss. It makes it sound like it's much bigger than it really is.
Yeah. But I'd love, I think the Grand Prix is going to be a really fun mode. It's going to help you get used to the fighters and try out different arms combinations. Because, I don't know, it kind of reminds, I don't think it's going to be like it, but it reminds me of Super Smash Bros. Brawl when they had that one single player campaign like thing, and I don't think it's like that. What?
I said Subspace Emissary. Because like you were like saying, oh, you know, the single player and Brawl. Like, how do you not know what the name is?
I know, it's like, that's like my favorite thing about Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I don't even remember the name. Yeah, but I think Grand Prix is going to be a really fun mode. I don't think it's going to be, it's obviously not the mode that people are going to buy the game for, but it's going to be a good mode that introduces people to the game and gets people used to fighters and stuff like that.
Yeah, in fact, one thing I didn't actually know about ARMS is that you can how in Splatoon you can customize your gear and there's different stuff like that. Yeah, you can do that in ARMS, which I didn't know. I thought that everyone was gonna have like a locked moveset like Smash. Well, in Smash you can use other moves, but no one really does that. They just stick with the stock stuff. Yeah. So like I thought that for ARMS it was just gonna be like they had like all the stuff they had was locked. It was just one move set for, or like I guess this yeah. But no, you can customize a bunch of different stuff like the like their arms. You also customize various attacks. Like there's a bunch of stuff you can customize that I had no idea you could actually customize.
Speaking of arms, so you have all these combinations, and I don't know how they say this, but they claim that there's over like 9,000 different arm combinations.
It was 5,000, not 9,000.
Oh, I don't know. It was a big number though.
But yeah, it was definitely a lot more than I thought was even possible. But
yeah.
Then again, yeah.
But I don't even know how that's possible. How many arms are there that we know about right now?
So far, I think we know about 10.
Well, there's probably a lot that we don't know about too.
Wait, what?
Do you think there's any arms that they haven't talked about yet that are gonna be in the final product?
At launch, I think we know the launch lineup.
Yeah, but I just don't know how. We got 10 arms. How do you get 5,000 combinations out of those?
There's probably a bunch of small stuff you can customize. Like there's the main 3 stuff you can customize, and then there's a bunch of this other smaller stuff I think I saw at one point in the Direct.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like, I bet there's gonna be I think there'll have like the arm, say, was the dragon arm? Maybe they have variations of the dragon arm or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up. I had a recap up earlier. Let me go ahead and look up the recap again. So.
Yeah, I have a recap up too, but it doesn't really talk much about.
Okay, so the arms can have different types.
Oh.
Okay, I forgot about that. Like they got the whole Pokemon thing is fire, electricity, wind, ice. There's also stun, explosion, and blind.
I think we should talk about the types, like how they have different.
Oh wait, no, wait, that's attributes. That was attributes. The types are like types of it says like dozens of arms can be selected in the game, each with its own special power and handling ability. like the toaster that has a flaming punch, the tri-bolt which shoots 3 bolts horizontally. There's a bunch of stuff that I honestly have not been paying attention to all that much.
And it's gonna be interesting because I bet like each character has weaknesses to these types, so it's gonna be very interesting how this game is gonna have so much strategy in it because you gotta know like what arms would combine well enough. You don't want to have 2 firearms because then you'd have weaknesses from
2 firearms.
Well, 2 arms that are fire typed. because you want to have balance in between your set.
Yeah, they actually brought up that you should have a different, different thing on each of your arms. You shouldn't have the same thing.
And I love how every arm that we know about, they all have like special abilities, and it's gonna be really fun to learn how to use all these arms. And one kind of like, I don't know, I just can't wait to use all these kind of different arms, and it's gonna be fun to use.
Yeah. I'm also looking up here. Oh yeah, this should be kind of obvious, but I didn't really think about it. Each of the different arms have a different weight, which I guess shouldn't be be a surprise. I just kind of forgot about that. Oh yeah, no, here's another thing. I forgot about this too. I didn't pay attention to it too much because I was kind of just waiting on a certain trailer that we'll talk about later. But another thing is, you can upgrade your arms using currency you get in the game.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
That's really good. That's gonna be really
now,
fun, but
I don't think Nintendo's gonna go down the Activision route with this kind of stuff. So that's not something I'm concerned about. They're just gonna keep the in-game currency thing. But. I mean, what would they? I wonder what they would call like ARM's version of supply drops. Oh god.
Arm drops.
It doesn't sound.
Yeah.
I don't know, something.
Let's just say that they don't go that route.
Yeah, I mean that's not gonna happen. But I just like whenever I think of the idea, whenever I think of in-game currency, I automatically think about COD points. Yes. And how you have to pretty much buy them.
We know that they won't take the route because something that we'll talk about later. That is something that makes me really hyped about this game. But yeah, we won't talk about that yet. Yeah, I think at first I didn't even think they were gonna have like different kind of arms. Like when I first saw the game, and it's just crazy. This game is so in depth. Has so many.
Yeah, it really does. Like I remember when it was first revealed at the Switch presentation back in January, it looked I basically wrote it off as it's like Wii Sports boxing or whatever. But it's kind of like what happened with Splatoon when it was first revealed, although not quite as bad. I was like, oh, what's this? Like their version of Call of Duty? Well, it wasn't like quite like that. But like remember like you don't remember because you weren't really around for that, but back in like E3 2014 when Splatoon was first revealed, it looked like an interesting game, but I was definitely like, what is this? Like Nintendo's I don't know, like we all think of Call of Duty, right? When we think of a shooter, we think of Call of Duty. That's the first thing that pops into everyone's mind. But of course, like slowly but surely they kept revealing more stuff. And then there was the Splatoon Direct, and there was the global test fires and all kinds of stuff. Wait, don't talk about wait. Everyone probably already knows anyway, but I'm going to keep saving it because it's something I want to save for later.
Yeah.
But, basically, the more we saw about the game when we actually got to play the game, it became very obvious that this wasn't, like, Call of Duty for kids or whatever the heck people were saying back when it was first. Because that's what it was. It was like, this is like the family-friendly version of Call of Duty, and it's nothing like that. It really isn't. Yeah. One, it's first person. Two, the way you played the game it's not about kills. Like
it's about. Well, I mean, there's different modes.
But they're not based upon kills. They're based on the objective.
But it is satisfying to get a bunch of splats.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, basically, like Splatoon basically was nothing like Call of Duty, and it is nothing like. Well, for the most part, I mean, all of it has in common is that it's a shooter. That's basically all it really has in common with it.
And it's interesting because ARMS is a boxer type game, but
the reason why it's kind of hard to come up with comparisons other than Wii Sports Boxing is because, name a boxing game that's come out recently that was actually popular. I know. Well, like isn't like a. I think there's like an EA Sports game that comes out every once in a while. It's a boxing game, but I haven't really heard of much. Like, it's not like the levels of FIFA or Madden where like everyone buys it. It's definitely more of a niche type thing. But I mean, like I can't think of any major boxing games.
I can't either.
The only one that so it's like, and the last thing I can really think of is Punch Out or Wii Sports Boxing. It's kind of weird that like I didn't think about Punch Out. I just thought about Wii Sports Boxing.
Wii Sports Boxing was fun.
I found it really tiring.
Yeah, it is a little tiring. But going back to ARMS, I remember I was going to ask this question earlier, but I forgot. What do you think, so about the upgradable ARMS, so do you think it's going to be set for online play, or do you think we will have to upgrade our ARMS, and then, like, say you have like a level 50 dragon arm, do you think you'll be able to use that arm in competitive play, or is it going to be set?
Like, so, like you're saying, like if you have all this stuff for like the local modes, you can't use that on online, or like it's locked for online or something?
No, like, so you upgrade your arms, and then you get it to a high level, and then through like Grand Prix or local play or whatever, just single player in general, and then when you go online, will you still have that same leveled arm, or
well, I don't see why you wouldn't. Well, then again, yeah, now I think about it. I'm not, because at first I was like, yeah, I was like, well, I mean, Splatoon, but then I'm like, well, then again, Splatoon doesn't really have a local multiplayer mode. I mean, it does, but it's kind of like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where they kind of like half-assed it. I mean, not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, like the battle mode for the original Wii U version. Oh, did I say Deluxe? They half-assed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. No, they did not. They did not half-ass the battle mode for Deluxe. Just the battle mode for the original Wii U version. That was half-assed.
Yeah.
They did, like, you know, it was just battle mode with the standard tracks, and a balloon battle for the standard tracks. That was it. So, but yeah, I mean, I never really thought of that. I mean, I don't know. I would think that they would be separate, because, like, well, not trying to keep going back, but in Call of Duty, in the local mode and in the online mode, you have two separate things. Like, your stuff isn't, like in the local mode, all the guns, I think, are unlocked by default. At least for Black Ops 2. I don't know about the newer ones. I haven't really messed with the local multiplayer on the newer ones. But at least for Black Ops 2, I know that all the weapons are unlocked by default. But, of course, in online, you have to unlock all the guns. And yet, in local, you have access to everything but the camos. The camos are still locked, but everything else you could mess around with. But in online, you have to earn all that stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they ever talked about how that would work. So I really do not know.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing that's interesting. They lump multiplayer into the same category. Like, it's not its own separate online mode, necessarily. Like, when they showed off the menu for, like, a split second, like, all the stuff was in one menu. It wasn't like in Mario Kart there's single player, multiplayer, online play, and like they're all in their own separate sections, but on ARMS it's all in like front and center, like every mode is right there. Pretty much.
Speaking of modes,
yeah.
You want to talk about like all the different kind of modes that we got, like the basketball?
Oh yeah, I guess we actually I want to start off with one other thing that we kind of already knew about, but I wonder if it's really weird the way it works. If you don't know, in ARMS you are going to be able to do 2-on-2. But here's the thing that's interesting. You are tethered to your teammate. And, like, you are literally tethered. Like, if you get punched, your teammate's coming with you. It's really weird. You're, like, tied together. Like, it's just, like, a really strange thing.
For me, personally, I'm not really... I don't think I'm going to be that really fan of the 2v2 ARMS battles, because I feel like it'll be a little too chaotic. But I mean, it
probably just depends on the stage.
Yeah, because there's some, like the arena stages I think will be fine, but you know that there's some stages that are like really big and not really arena shaped. So I don't know. It'll depend on the stage.
Yeah. But yeah, but they did reveal a bunch of versus modes.
Oh.
So yeah, there's basically there's a bunch of them. So yeah, there's like the regular fighting, like the standard fighting.
Yes.
There's team fight, which is the thing where it's the 2-on-2 with the strings attached. Then there's a volleyball mode, which is called creatively V-ball, which You knock the ball onto the other side, and the ball blows the other player up. That's basically how that mode works.
This is the weirdest mode, but just so satisfyingly amazing.
You know what's even more satisfying? The hoops mode, where you can literally dunk your player in the basket.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Another one,
especially playing it with friends, just.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty cool mode.
Well, of course, who's gonna like most of this stuff? Like, you're not gonna be playing alone, honestly, because playing against those CPUs it gets a little boring.
Yeah, it gets kind of. We'll see. Another mode.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Wait, can I talk about this one?
Yeah, sure. You can. Wait. The next. Oh yeah. You want to go? Then sure.
Yeah, skill shot. I think is gonna be a really interesting mode because you get you get these stuff pop out. These things. Targets. Yes, I can't think.
It's break the targets, but unlimited basically.
It even says break as many targets as possible.
I know, right? Yeah, it's break the targets.
So you get like these different targets with different like points, like 100, 10, or whatever, and you got one person on one side and the other at the other, at the other side, and then you have one person that punches, and then like everyone's trying to get as much points as possible. And can you stun the opponent, like if you punch them at the other side? Or I don't know.
Wait for what?
So when you're playing skill shot, you have one person you got two people, one on each side. But can you like stun the other opponent?
That's a good point.
So like with one arm you stun them, and then the other gets more points. It's gonna be I think it's
definitely it's definitely gonna be one of those modes you play like you're not really gonna play that often.
I mean, obviously, who knows? It could be the best mode in the game, which I think it will.
Well, the best secondary mode, which even I doubt. But
it's good to have those kinds of modes.
Yeah, it's nice to have them there, even if we're not going to play them that often.
Yeah, I'm just so excited about this game because it has so many different ways to play it. Like, I love obviously the fight mode's going to be one that which is the whole focus of the game. But I did not expect them to come out with volleyball mode, hoops. I did think they would come out with something like skill shot and multi-mans, or I mean 1-on-100.
Yeah. I guess since we just kind of started, 1-on-100. It's basically multi-man smash, like how they have break the targets. Yeah. It's like the volleyball mode and hoops mode feel like they're right out of Rocket League, but skill shot and 1-on-100 they're like right out of Smash. So what's up with these weird similarities in the modes?
I mean, I like how I think they clearly got inspiration from both games, which is good but I love multi-man smash, or I mean 1-on-100. It basically is multi-man smash just in arms. So
it just says right here, defeat 100 enemies in a row, one at a time. This progressive battle mode. So yeah, it's basically more or less multi-man smash.
Yeah. And the last one is arms test and training, which is gonna be the mode that no one uses.
I use the test mode in Splatoon a lot, like for testing weapons.
And like in Smash, testing out the different characters, like getting used to their attacks. But honestly, I'd rather just like go out in a battle and just.
I mainly just use the training mode and Smash if I want to use a bunch of items or something for no apparent reason.
Okay, but this is the question I got about the characters. Do you think the characters in themselves will have special attributes? Well, yeah, they'll have.
Well, I mean, they have to. And they gotta have something.
So, but do you think these characters are gonna be as difficult to learn as in Smash? Or what do you think about that? I think because in this game, I think it's more about the arms and less of the characters. Like, I mean, I know the characters.
In Smash, it's more about the gameplay than the characters. I mean, the characters obviously matter, but it's not like you don't play Smash because it has your favorite character. You play Smash so you can beat the crap out of your friends. That's why you play Smash. In this game, it's I mean, people have said it 1 billion times, but I mean, this game's definitely, obviously got that Overwatch thing where it's less about the gameplay and more about the characters.
Yeah, and the characters are well designed, and it's pretty impressive that Nintendo did that.
Yeah, I think. You know, one thing I actually did wish was in this Direct, but I knew it wouldn't. They should have had a Little Mac skin for, like, the Spring guy. Because, I mean, he's, like, the standard fighter, right? He doesn't really have anything super special. He's just, like, kind of a standard, generic fighter. They could have totally made, like, a Little Mac skin for him. Like, come on.
Or just some skins in general. And another...
that'd be cool. That'd be cool if they just put Lil Mac in the game and they had, like, Doc Brown throwing chocolate bars at people or something like that.
They could have made Lil Mac, like...
Wait, did I just say Doc Brown? Dang it. Too much Back to the Future. Whatever the... is it just Doc? Like, what the heck is his name? I don't even remember his whole name. I'm just gonna say... isn't it just Doc? Whatever. Whenever I think Doc, I think Back to the Future. But yeah, it was like, it would have been cool if that Lil Mac had. I mean, Lil Mac's gotta be somewhere in this game. It's like, come on.
One word. DLC.
Exactly, they could totally do it in DLC, and they totally should. Oh yeah, and have like the Punch-Out arena be a stage while you're at it. Might as well. No, I'm like saying, like, while they're at it, well, they might as well do that as well.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But yeah, they could do something.
I mean, they gotta have something from Punch-Out in this game. I mean, it's basically because Arms is basically the next Punch-Out. It's like it's probably gonna be their new boxing series, more or less. So why not include Little Mac in some form or something from Punch-Out? But well, hopefully it'll come in DLC, or I guess we should say updates, because I mean we call it DLC, but it's updates because also they did announce that like Splatoon, they're gonna be adding new characters, stages, weapons, all kinds of stuff for free, so you're not gonna have to pay for any of it. So that's good.
Yes, it's very good, and this is so good. I was really hoping this was gonna be the case, but I didn't know. But this is back to my point earlier. Arms and Splatoon are so similar. Because
I mean, they're both new IPs. They're both something that most people haven't really messed with before, which is why. Yeah, like they're definitely new. Like I mean, like I wasn't immediately sold on Splatoon when it was first revealed, and same for Arms. But slowly, but surely, that I was sold on both, and I love Splatoon, and I'm probably gonna really like Arms. So
and we'll find out. Like speaking of.
And speaking of Splatoon, and I was hoping, and this is the thing I wanted the most out of the Direct. I just wanted one thing, a demo of some kind. That's all I wanted, and this has a bonus. But yes, there's going to be a global test fire, which they're calling the Global Test Punch, And here's what's awesome. Now, this is going to suck for you guys in Europe or whatever, but for us, it just sounds awesome. But, yeah, you guys get the special Splatoon 2 controller that we don't get. You get the special Joy-Cons, you get the bundle. We don't get any of that stuff. We get nothing over here. Seriously. But we get 2 exclusive days that not even Japan gets. In fact, the very first day of the test punch is North America only. Now, of course, you could probably get around that by making a American Nintendo account and then using that to load the game. Maybe it won't, because it'll probably notice your time region. Yeah. Like the region you have set on your Switch, and it'll be like, oh, it's not available yet because you're still on the European servers or something.
Well, European players, if you really want to, just go buy another Switch and set it.
They could just change their location in North America. Yeah, they could probably do that. But most people probably aren't going to go through that effort, and we don't know. Like, Nintendo probably has some kind of DRM in there or something to make it so you can't do that. Because, I mean, they wouldn't make it North America only if it really was North America only, if you could find some way to get around it. But basically, for all intents and purposes, North America gets 2 exclusive days, which is awesome. Yes. And
overall, like, even regardless of the fact that North America gets to play the game 2 more days. It is good. It is fantastic to get this game and more in people's hands that are unsure about it.
Especially because there's more people have a Switch now. Because I really wanted to play the Splatoon 2 test fire, but I missed it because Nintendo sucks at stocking consoles, so I couldn't get one until April. And because of that, I missed out on my chance to play the game, and now I'm gonna have to wait till July unless they do another one. But I don't think they're gonna do another one, unfortunately. So that sucks. But I mean, this is coming out. Yeah, it starts on the 26th in North America, 27th for everyone else, and yeah, that's May. Whereas like in March, like that was like when the system was like first out. I mean, 2 months isn't huge, but still, it's like more people are gonna get to play this than the Splatoon test fire, or Splatoon 2 test fire. I should say.
It kind of sucks for me though, because I'm not gonna be able to play 2 of the days of the test punch because I'll be gone. So I'm a little unhappy about that, but I'm just still really excited just to get the game in my hands and play it. Like, I think it's gonna be really fun, and really the test punch is gonna be what, because I'm still 50-50 on this game. This game could be really fun, or it could be one of those games I'm just not a fan of. But I think I'm gonna like it.
I think I'm definitely gonna like this game. It probably won't replace Splatoon for me as like, you know, but you know, still, like, I still think it'll be a very good game that I'm totally gonna buy.
I think this game, like, Splatoon is, Japan is, well.
Oh, yes, Splatoon Japan is like,
yes.
Well, maybe not quite Yokai Watch levels or Pokemon levels of popularity or something like that, but it's up there. Like, there's like virtual concerts and like a bunch of merch everywhere. Like, it's huge over there, which is why they're getting a bundle that Europe is getting. But they actually get the better bundle because in Europe. Oh yeah, and by the way, from what I heard, the copies are digital copies for the bundles in both Europe and Japan. So just a note there for anyone that's interested, if you're in Europe or whatever. But yeah, like the European bundle has the standard blue and red Joy-Cons, but in Japan it comes with green and pink Joy-Cons, which are gonna be released separately everywhere but here. But you know, it's like Nintendo. We hate the U.S. But at least they liked us enough to give us the 2 extra days as kind of compensation. Yeah. Like, yeah, you're not going to get these awesome Splatoon 2 controllers and stuff. Well, yeah, we'll give you 2 extra days for the test punch.
I think the ARMS is going to be a really big game in the U.S. rather than Japan. Like this game is definitely something that I think that the West is going to enjoy more than Japan does. Yes,
whereas like Splatoon is like got Japan written all over it, like the squids and everything, and the Japanese style, like it's like based on like the Inkopolis Tower is like based on Tokyo Tower, or like some section of like Tokyo that I've seen a billion times in YouTube videos, and I do not remember the name of it, but basically. You know, Splatoon is like based around Japan. It's definitely like Japan. Like it's definitely, you can tell it's based on Japan. Whereas it's like ARMS is definitely more. Well, yeah, it's definitely more Western. Like I mean, like since when was boxing a thing in Japan? For starters, I mean, granted that's like saying, are shooters even big in Japan? But Splatoon I guess was the exception. I mean, I've never heard of like Japanese pro Call of Duty players or anything, but like Splatoon was like I think of Splatoon, it's like the Japanese Call of Duty, and not in like a game way, but in the popularity way. Like how big Call of Duty is here, that's basically how big Splatoon is over in Japan.
And I think the Switch is gonna even show that even better, because a lot more people are gonna have a Switch in Japan and everywhere around the world than they would have a Wii U. So I expect the Splatoon 2 to sell a lot better.
Oh yeah, that's why they have the bundle, because they know Splatoon 2 is going to be like the system seller over there.
Yeah.
So why not just have the bundle? Yeah, and let me go ahead and so for those who are just like we're talking about the test punch, so yeah, it starts on the 26th for North America, 27th for everyone else, goes through to the 28th. Then the weekend after that, it starts on June 2nd for North America and June 3rd for everyone else, and goes till June 4th. Yeah. So, yeah, basically like a week or so. Yeah, so yeah, you're gonna have plenty of time to play it. And of course, it's going to be during multiple hours. In fact, that's one. Now, there's actually one reason why us getting the 2 extra days isn't actually as big as it sounds, because
it's only 1 hour each.
Yeah, it's only 1 hour for the 2 days we have, whereas for the other days, it's like 2 to 3 hours. So but you know, it's still nice to be able to play it first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not complaining here. And actually, I know something we haven't talked about. What about the new characters? We haven't talked about the new characters. Now, this was actually something that, actually, to my surprise, was actually leaked right before the Direct begun, like an hour or two before it started. And so yeah, the two, like, there's dang it, what? I think Kid Cobra, Bite and Bark, and then the infamous Twin-Tail. So yeah, Bite and Bark is like a robot fighter and a robot dog. So, you know, yes. Mega Man, it's Mega Man. So, and like,
talking about Bite and Bark. Do you think it's gonna be kind of like Ice Climbers?
That's not the. I actually just thought of like Mega Man at first. I didn't even think about Ice Climbers, because I mean, with Ice Climbers, they're the same character. So there's like 2 of them. Whereas with this, it's obviously like a companion, like Rosalina and
like
Luma.
More, maybe. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. This one, I don't really remember much about this guy. Honestly, I'm gonna see it.
I mean, all I know is that the main like robot fighter, you know, Bite, can jump on Bark to get like you can jump on them to like go higher, like, you know, Mega Man can with Rush. But also, of course, the robot dog can do attacks as well on top of the main character. But from what I heard, he's also slower, so he has like a disadvantage. So
yeah,
you know, they want to balance him out.
I like this. I think this is gonna be a fun character to use. Characters, I should say, because there's 2 of them. But I feel like this one's gonna be a really good one in the competitive play, but it's gonna be very tough to learn. Yeah,
it's definitely the kind of thing I probably wouldn't be able to really do it all that well, but I'm sure someone will do it. Someone. Okay, next time we'll do Kid Cobra next. We'll save the big one for last, I guess. But yeah, so Kid Cobra. I think he was another new one, and now, okay, now look at this. Now, this is like so Nintendo trying to appeal to like the core, trying to appeal to the 21st century or whatever. But look at this. According to this description, a fan of selfie sticks and live streaming, this hip fighter pounces on opponents with a charged up dash. I just find it hilarious. That's like the description. A fan of selfie sticks and live streaming.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
I mean, it's not the worst thing Nintendo's done, but like it's just like it's cool. Like that's actually a good example of them doing this right. They're not trying too hard. They're just having that be a.
Did they show off the Kid Cobra at the Direct?
Yeah, they did. I didn't really pay attention to it, but I know for a fact they did.
I don't remember. Oh.
Well, if they show off the other 2 characters, why wouldn't they show off him?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I don't really remember that much about him other than that description.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some information about him right now. Like, I got the Direct pulled up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just to see some. Oh, that's Bite and Bark, though. I feel like they only showed off Twin-Tail. Or Twin-Tail and Bite and Bark.
Why would they not show off Kid Cobra when he was announced in the Direct? There's no reason why they wouldn't.
I think they showed off Twin-Tail second, right?
No, Twin-Tail was the last one. I'm pretty sure it was Kid Cobra, Bite and Bark, and then Twin-Tail. At least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, he exists. Why don't we just go with that for now?
Yes. I cannot find him.
Yeah, all I just remember is that description, which, yeah, is probably that's a good example of Nintendo not being completely, yeah, it's like we've all seen their memes, like remember that time they posted the Dat Boy meme, and oh my god, that was stupid. That was so bad. But yeah, I mean like just having a character be a fan of selfies and live streaming isn't necessarily that bad. It's just kind of weird. It's so un-Nintendo. That's probably why it's there's nothing wrong. It's just un-Nintendo.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
You know what's been really funny? If it said he loves to upload videos, and then it'd be like,
and then Nintendo takes them down.
Yeah, like, hey, we're gonna take our own characters' YouTube revenue. I mean, Nintendo. But anyways, I guess let's move on to the big new character that I knew from the second I saw the leak. I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see how Etika reacts to this.
Oh yes.
That was the first thing in my mind. Yeah, and I remember his stream was, Nintendo, please don't reveal any more bad girls. And then Twintail gets shown off, and it's like he's like, why, Nintendo? Why are you doing this to me?
At least he stayed loyal. I thought he was gonna ditch Min.
I actually saw someone made like a poster of like C&D and Etika. Like it was a really really well done poster. It looked so official. It was yeah. But yeah, Twintail is just like that one. I actually didn't really pay attention to what she does, other than, you know, it's just what she is, and watching everyone react.
Yeah, she's causing some drama.
Yeah, basically, she's at least according to, she's an A-list actress, and also she's one of the few characters that the arms are her hair and not her actual arms.
That was something I found really cool.
The only one that doesn't have that as well is Mechanica, like, you know, that's why she has the robot. Mm-hmm. So both Mechanica and Twintail are the only characters that have real arms.
Yes.
Also, I like the stage that they show off Twintail. It's the only one I really remember that wasn't like a box. Yeah, you can like jump on cars and stuff like that. Whereas like on the other stages, it's just like a square boxing ring with some like floating platforms. Well, not like the one that basically looks like Electrodome from Mario Kart 8. Yeah, that's Ribbon Girl's stage. That has like the platforms that rise, and she can also do like double jumping or something like that. But yeah. I didn't pay attention that much to what Twintail has, other than the stage and just watching everyone react to her.
I remember like there's this one arm, like, because I think like each character has like a special arms that are meant for them. Like Min has the dragon, and Twintail has like this one bird thing, and I don't remember exactly what it does. I'm trying to remember. The Thunderbird, yeah, and so basically, yeah, you launch it basically, you punch and it launches this bird and at the character. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I guess we have one last thing to talk about arms till we get into the last part here, and that is, we haven't really talked that much about, I mean, we talked about some stuff about the online, but there's some stuff about the online that I haven't mentioned yet. Like,
oh yeah.
There's different. So yeah, there's gonna be different. So yeah, the main mode for online is party match. Well, there's there's two. So yeah, there's ranked match, which is, well, you know, the ranked mode. That's the one where you. Yes. It's the 1v1 mode that you play with people online, and here's another thing that's cool. And this is something that I wish was in Splatoon, and I'm hoping it's in Splatoon 2 somehow, but. When you're playing a ranked match, when you're waiting, you can actually play a different mode.
Yeah.
So, like, and according to this, it can be any mode. You can play, like, the Grand Prix, for all I know, while you're waiting for your online match. Like, that's cool. Why can't that be in Splatoon? Like, why can't I play the single player of Splatoon 2 while I'm waiting for my lobby to load? Or something like that.
Especially because they won't have that little mini-game on anymore.
Yeah, I mean, well, they could just put it on the TV screen and have the timer in the corner, but still, like, yeah, that's just totally be in Splatoon 2. It probably won't, but that's cool. That's in ARMS, and yeah, the party match. Here's what's interesting about the party match: you can have up to 10 systems at once in a lobby.
Yes.
And if you use the 2 Joy-Cons on the side, or you know, that's not like you can have up to 2 players per system. So that's it. So yeah, if you have 2 players on every system, that's go up to 20. So I'm like, there's no way you're gonna fit 20 people in like a match. Unless it's like a huge stage, it would not work. I think it's gonna be like a tournament or something. But from what I remember, there was like a section where like they're like pulling them in the separate bubbles. So I think that like every player gets into like their own little match. Like there's like this 4 goes into that room, that 4 goes into that room, and that's something like that.
You get eliminated if you lose or something like that.
I just remember that they were dragged into separate sections. So no, you're not gonna be able to have up to 20 people in one match. That's not how it works. It's still 4 players max per match, but you can have up to 20 people in the lobby, and then you can all like be together and like do your own thing. I don't know. We don't quite know. It's just that I'm still not quite sure how that's gonna work, but we'll find out. But it's definitely interesting. You can have up to that many players in the lobby, and of course, since this is the Switch, you can of course there's local wireless mode, which is like the the local mode if you want to play with other Switches on the go. And you can also play with you can play with up to 8 players with 8 separate systems in the same room. And you can play with up to 3 other players at a time, like in party match. So yeah, so basically, you can have up to 4 people in one match. But you can have up to 8 people in like a lobby, locally, for like the local wireless. But of course, for split screens 4. But for local wireless, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's basically all there is to say about ARMS overall. Well, no, just like ARMS in general. Like, we've got basically everything. We got the modes, we got the characters. So yeah, but before that, we'll just go on the Splatoon 2, I guess. So yeah, and this is actually the biggest reason why I was actually excited, because I was like, ARMS is definitely gonna be neat, but even if ARMS completely sucks, I'm gonna be looking forward to this. And I was like, okay, so we've seen plenty of the multiplayer. We've seen Salmon Run, which is basically Splatoon zombies, and we've also so I was thinking, okay, they have to show off the single player, and I was right. And the way that they introduced it was really kind of weird. They didn't just jump straight into the trailer. No, they had the Inkling slowly walk through Inkopolis, and then you see Mary just sitting there. Oh, is it Marie, Mary, whatever the heck? Oh, Marie. Yeah. How do you pronounce it? I never actually figured that out. Because like Game Explain pronounces it Marie, I think, but I keep saying Mary.
No, just because Game Explain says Marie, so we gotta say Mary.
Mary doesn't sound right now. It sounds like I'm saying M-A-R-Y, not M-A-R-I-E.
Let's say Marie then.
Yeah, I'll just say Marie. So yeah, and then randomly, like in the same because like in Splatoon. Oh yeah, but yeah. So basically, basically in the exact opposite place it was in Splatoon 1, there's like a grate, and Marie is just standing on it. And she's wearing like a kimono, and then you follow her, and then basically she takes you to like to what's now called Octo Canyon, and she's basically talking about like how you actually followed her. And then she's like, yes, I'm that Marie, so get all the excitement out now. And then she's shocked to figure out that you actually have no idea who the heck she is.
So I think that confirms, well, obviously, I feel like that's not even a question, but this game definitely takes years past the first.
They already said that the game takes place 2 years after the first one.
Oh.
So... which is, it's also coming out 2 years after the first as well, so how convenient is that? But very interesting. Now, of course, we've known from the beginning that we were wondering, okay, where's Callie? Where the heck is Callie? Now, in this trailer, well, actually, we'll talk about that at the end, because that's at the end of the trailer, but, oh yeah, like you said, I noticed this, and I pointed this out in the reaction, but the jacket she's wearing has Triforces on it.
Yes.
It's so weird. It's cool. That has to be intentional. There's no way that's not intentional.
Watch them just did that on accident. They're like, let's just put a bunch of triangles right here.
Yeah, and it totally won't resemble the Triforce at all. But yeah, and yeah, she basically just talks about that, and then basically just transitions into the gameplay. And here's the first thing I noticed about the gameplay: the gun.
Oh,
no, the gun. It's a P90. I was wondering what the heck it was in the reaction. It's a P90. That's been like all the Modern Warfare games, and I'm like, what the heck is a P90 doing in Splatoon? This is the first real gun. That's a real gun. All the other ones are just like, it's so weird.
I don't remember, but did they actually like use the gun like to shoot ink?
Yeah, but you know, obviously the gun shoots ink, but like it looks like it's a P90. It's so weird. That's like, why the heck would Nintendo put a real gun that's in like Splatoon? It's awesome, but it's weird. Like, that was the first thing I noticed. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew I recognized that gun from somewhere. I was like,
you know, something. This is like not about the gun, but something I noticed about this single player mode looks a lot better. Like, it looks more, what's the word? It looks more epic than the first Splatoon.
There's definitely more stuff in it.
Yeah, the first Splatoon's single player feels a little bland almost, and this one feels like there's lots of it. Got a lot of stuff to do. And
I mean, I've really enjoyed Splatoon 1 single player, but I could definitely tell that they recycle some of the same stuff. Like, you know, there's the octoling stages. There's the stages where you have to get to the end of the level and blow up that giant guy on the UFO. There's the ones where you have to, there's like definitely repeating concepts. But then again, the single player is designed for you to get used to the controls and how the mechanics of the game work, not necessarily provide a coherent thing here, but still, like, at least from what we've seen so far, Splatoon 2 looks like it's gonna have much more variety, and and here's another thing that's cool is that unless you have the amiibo, the only way you could really, like, basically in Splatoon 1, you just use the hero shot, which is basically just the splatter shot, and that was the only weapon you could use. But now you can use like every kind of weapon.
Yeah, you can use the dualies, the splatlings, the slosher, the roller, whatever you want to use.
The snipers.
Yeah, the snipers, the gun.
And yeah, and the P90. So you can use you can use all kinds of. Now, from what we saw, it's like there's like something that brings it to you. There's like some floating fish or something that's holding like a suitcase that brings you the gun. I have no idea. Oh, Sheldon brings it to you. Like, he sends some like robot. Yeah, Sheldon, the guy that runs the shop in Splatoon 1. He gives you. He like sends that stuff to you via like a little robot or something that carries it to you. I have no idea how it works. We have no idea how it works, but we'll find out.
When we play the game.
Yeah, but and then add some like neat stuff, like there's like these green things you can shoot to get them to roll down and kill enemies. There's these speed boost pads. There's grind rails straight out of Sonic, and you can like jump and like do like these cool moves, like that one where like they're holding the splat dualies, but then like your legs are open, you're shooting with the splat dualies in that one scene, and like
splat dualies are amazing. Don't get me started about how amazing those weapons are. They're so fun to use, and I can tell you one thing: I'll be using those weapons 90% of the time in Splatoon 2. Especially, I'm gonna play the whole single player mode. But something like I wonder about this: how do we acquire these weapons? Do we just get them?
Well, I mean, we do get them from. All we know is that we get them from Sheldon, apparently. Wait, Sheldon. Well, I said that right? Sheldon. Yeah, Sheldon. That sounds like isn't that like the name of a character from like 2.5 Men? I don't know why. I just keep thinking Sheldon. It's like a character. Yeah, it's like from 2.5 Men. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah, like, we don't know how you get the weapons, but I mean the levels themselves look really neat, and there's it just looks really neat. And at the very end, in the last bit of gameplay, there's like this weird like greaser guy that's like holding like some kind of electronic thing, at least from what I heard, there's like an engine in like the weapon he's holding. What was the weapon? Wasn't it like a brush or something? I feel like it was a roller or something like that.
I don't remember exactly.
Well, whatever it was, like he had and he was like riding this tiny unicycle. It was really, yeah, that was kind of weird. And oh, there's also this scene where like it looks like there's like a giant like ocean of ink, but when you actually get up close, it's actually water. So there's like a level that's like in the ocean apparently, which is kind of weird, but okay, because you know inklings cannot swim.
Wait,
so,
you know, like something I noticed about the single player trailer is doesn't it feels a lot more like Japanese than. Well, a lot more.
Like, it's probably just like the fact that Marie wears the kimono or whatever. That's that's the main thing. And even that little hut, it's kind of cool. Yeah, and there's like also the strings floating around with stuff on them. Yeah, it's definitely got that Japanese feel, but then again, that's kind of what Splatoon is. So, yeah. And at the very end of the trailer, we see this like pan of some artwork, and at the very top, basically everyone's universally agreed that that's Callie. Like, there's like a shadow, there's like a purple shadow of her, and it's very obviously her. So, and the fact that it's like front and center at the top, and it's like so big, makes me pretty sure that she is either the final boss or is like some kind of accomplice or something. Like she's obviously on the Octoling side here. Or the Octarians, I should say. She's like converted to the dark side, or the purple side, or whatever the heck you want to say.
Think in the single player mode that you actually like get Callie actually good again, or do you think she's...
there's probably going to be some scene where that happens. They kind of have to. I mean, what are they going to do? Just make it so you kill her? No, they can't do that. She's one of the Squid Sisters. This is Nintendo. You can't kill a character like that.
But what if I want to?
Actually, that's a good point. Like, can they just make it so you can kill her? Like, how's that gonna work? I feel like there's no way they're just gonna let you kill her. That doesn't make sense. You're like a fugitive.
The levels, overall, I felt this did show pretty well. I mean, it still leaves many questions about what this single player mode is going to be like, but I think it gives us a good idea. And it feels a lot more. It feels a lot more interactive, I guess.
There's more stuff going on.
And like,
at least like I mean, like compared to like the like Splatoon 1's single player trailer. Personally, I actually like the music in the first single player, in the Splatoon 1 single player trailer to the Splatoon 2 one. But anyways, but I mean, like in the Splatoon 1 one, you just saw like the Inkling shooting Octarians, and that was basically it. They didn't really show that much outside of that. Whereas on this one, we saw a bunch of different weapons, different mechanics on the levels. A boss. Well, I think we saw a boss in the Splatoon 1 trailer as well. But I mean, yeah, there's definitely more stuff going. There's definitely more stuff going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically all there is to say about the trailer. You know, and yeah, alongside this direct and that announcement, like I said before, they announced they're gonna be some Splatoon 2 cases. It's gonna be the green and pink Joy-Cons, a Splatoon 2 Pro controller that I really, really, really want.
And unsurprisingly, it's not going to be in the US.
Nope, it's going to be Japan and Europe and Australia only.
Yes. Every country but the United States.
Now, the one benefit is, of course, we can just import this stuff, but I shouldn't have to do that. Like, I'll just go on, like... Yeah, I'll just go and like Play Asia and order it from there, but I mean, it's still, it's like I shouldn't have to import this stuff. Why isn't it here? Even if it's like for a limited time, it should be like at the Nintendo store. Like, you know, the Nintendo store in New York. Why isn't that there? Shouldn't it be there for like a limited time or something? Like, that's the kind of thing I feel like they would have there. Yeah. At least for a limited time, like in like something like that. But no, it's not here at all. And in fact, I don't remember who, but someone, like some source, asked Nintendo of America if we would get this stuff. And their response was a generic, we have nothing to announce about this at this time.
That means it's not coming.
Yeah, that means basically no. This is a no. It's not coming here. So we're going to have to import it, which is kind of annoying, but oh well.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Like even like not releasing the console bundle. That's one thing, but
why not the controllers?
Joy-Cons and the controllers is exclusive depending on like where you live.
Especially when a bunch of people really wanted that stuff. At least the Joy-Cons. I know a lot of people wanted those colored Joy-Cons, and that's the thing. How come we're getting the ARMS like yellow Joy-Cons, but we're not getting the Splatoon ones?
Yeah.
What kind of logic is that?
Be a flop. Yeah, ARMS is like it could very well be a flop. Like we didn't get Mario Kart 8 Joy-Cons, so why is ARMS getting Joy-Cons? Like no offense to ARMS, but we don't know if it's gonna be like if it's gonna be a heavy hitter for Nintendo. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good game, but
I mean, Splatoon's an established IP with an established fan base that wants that stuff. Like, and besides, granted, with ARMS, they're not really all that themed. I mean, granted, the Splatoon ones aren't, are they? But like, they're just 2 yellow Joy-Cons, but they're coming out on the same day, and they're obviously kind of connected to ARMS. With Splatoon, that's like it's green and red, not green and red, green and pink. Like, you know, the Squid Sister colors. Like, why wouldn't we get those? It's so weird. We should at least get those. I mean, the Pro Controller, but I mean, I want both, but, you know. But we should totally have gotten the Joy-Cons at the very least.
Yeah. So, before, wait, what? So, do you think we get any more Joy-Cons for Splatoon 2 or ARMS in the future, or what do you think?
I think they're just. Well, I don't think there's gonna be any more for those games. I mean, I don't see why they would make more. But I definitely think we'll probably still get more Joy-Cons for other games. Like, well, it's probably gonna be like a Mario Joy-Con when Odyssey comes out, maybe even a Xenoblade themed Joy-Con Pro. There's probably gonna be themed Joy-Cons. I mean, or at least like something like them. Well, actually, with Mario, that might be a bit harder because there's already red ones out. But I guess they could put like the Mario logo on there or something and be like, "Hey, it's Mario Joy-Cons." But
yeah,
I mean, but yeah, like they should definitely keep doing that. Just bring it to the U.S.
Yes, don't. I'm tired of exclusives. Like, what benefits does it do to not release these Joy-Cons in the U.S.?
I don't want to hear the excuse they wouldn't sell well. Then why are you releasing the ARMS ones? And why? And you can't bring up that excuse because there's already a ton of people that want to buy it.
Well, like to your ARMS point, I mean, like some people, I guarantee some people will buy the Joy-Cons just because of the color itself. Not.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's. I mean, they're not ARMS brand like the Splatoon ones. Those I'm pretty sure are actually Splatoon like branded on the box, but like. The other ones aren't, but like they're obviously like associated with ARMS. They're coming out on the same day. They're like yellow, like the logo. Like it's obvious that that's what they're connected to, even if they're not branded.
I just love the fact that they're going to be releasing different Joy-Con colors throughout the Switch selection, which should. I mean, no, that's not surprising, but it's like I want to. I like how you can play. So say you don't really like playing with the blue and red Joy-Con, but you could play with both blue. And for Splatoon 2 one, so you don't really like the purple and green one, but I think it looks really good, by the way. But say you want to just play purple, then you can do that. And I like all the options that you got. Like I saw this one post of all the combinations for Joy-Cons, and it's really impressive.
Okay, so wait, I'm looking up the Joy-Cons. Okay, no, they're not Splatoon branded, but still, it's like. It's obvious. It's obvious. Like so the ARMS ones. It's obvious what the heck they're. But like the Splatoon, the Pro Controller, that one is definitely Splatoon marketed on the box. I mean, it's got the splats and everything, and it said, and there's like, you know, there's like, and it literally says Nintendo Switch Pro Controller Splatoon 2 Edition. Now here's another thing that's interesting though, is that the Pro Controller and the bundle come out the same day as the game, July 21st. But the Joy-Cons aren't coming out until the fall.
Oh.
At least that is weird, which maybe will give us more hope for us getting it, but we'll see how that goes. Also, yeah, but there's also maybe you want to say a thing?
Never mind.
Okay, well, yeah, there's also 2 other things that we found out, and these are for Japan. There's going to be a version of Splatoon 2 in Japan that doesn't actually have the cartridge. Like, it's going to be a download code in a box, basically. So, there's going to be the regular physical version with the cart, There's going to be the physical version. Well, there's going to be a boxed version, which is the physical version without the cart. It's going to have a download code, and then of course there's the eShop version. Now I don't know why the heck they're doing the cartless version, which is really weird. Like why not just?
Why would you waste your time going?
I mean, maybe you want to have the box, but you want to have it installed on the system itself. But that still seems really weird. Cartridges. In fact, you know what's even weirder? But I totally get why they're doing it, and I would totally do it if it was here. They're going to be releasing, you can buy, in Japan, the Splatoon 2 Switch box by itself for like $5 or something like that. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it's like $5. That is stupid, and I love it. Yes. Right? If that was here, if the bundle was coming out here and they were doing that thing, we could buy the box, I would totally buy that box. Yes. Just for like collector's purposes, like I have it sitting on my shelf. How cool would that be? Like that's a really weird but cool thing they're doing. They're gonna be just selling the box because they know people want it. In the future. That'd be hilarious. That's I wonder if you can import those from PlayAsia. I would totally import one of those boxes from PlayAsia.
And then guess what?
Then I could set my Switch's language to Japanese and be like, see, I have a Japanese Switch. I mean, they're basically all universal. Not really, they're not region anything really, but still, it's like, I could buy a Japanese copy of Splatoon 2 or whatever. I don't know.
They lied. They said the Switch was gonna be region free, and then they released exclusive accessories.
But thank God the accessories aren't region locked. Imagine how stupid that would be if you couldn't use your Japanese controller on your North American system.
That would be the most dumb thing ever.
Even the Wii U didn't do that. Like my Wii U Pro controller is a Japanese controller, and it works just fine. Imagine if they region lock controllers. That would be like Nintendo's worst business decision ever.
Please tell me Nintendo will never do that.
Yeah, that's an example of something that even Nintendo is not stupid enough to do.
There's always a first.
Well, yeah, that'd be hilarious if that would. But but it's just weird. You can buy the box. It's awesome, but it's weird. And the box is also going to be available on the same day, July. Yeah, it says right here, the box is currently only available in Japan and is going to be sold for 540 yen, approximately $5. Oh, totally. $5. It's like nothing just to get a box. A pointless box, but a box I freaking want. My problem is you can only order it from the My Nintendo store. Yes, My Nintendo actually has a purpose in Japan. You know how it's basically useless here? In Japan, you can actually buy physical stuff. In Japan.
Oh, come on.
You can buy amiibo and cases from the My Nintendo store in Japan, but here, we don't have anything like that.
Jeez.
That's complete. Like $5, I probably have more than enough coins in my Nintendo account to buy that. Now, I could technically order one right now if I wanted, because I have a Japanese account that probably has enough coins, but I highly doubt that this is going to ship to the US, so that's, yes, it's recommended for Splatoon fans who already have Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
The product is only for outer box. Yeah, it's like, the product is not included, it's just the box. Nobody have to, we get it, it's the box. You can order up to 10. You can order up to 10 of these boxes. That'd be cool. I would probably be like, hey guys, you want a free box? I got tons of boxes here. Man. But, it's just right here. Domestic delivery excluding some remote islands only. So, yeah, don't try you can't order it off of the My Nintendo store. Yeah, I'm not gonna ship that to the US. Nintendo isn't that region free. But yeah, I guess that's basically all there is about Splatoon 2, and basically that's basically all there was in the Direct overall. That's something that was actually kind of surprising. I was actually more satisfied with this Direct than the last one. I don't know why. It's probably because it was focused on these two games and not a bunch of other random garbage I don't care about. Because well, I like Minecraft's good. Okay, anyone says Minecraft is a good game.
Well, I mean, what do you got to show about Minecraft? We've seen the game.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, they kind of had to show. I mean, like, hey, Minecraft for Switch is here. But I mean, like, yeah, Minecraft is a fine game. It's just the fan base is just cringy as heck. But the game is fine. There's nothing wrong with the game. But I mean, like, yeah, a bunch of the stuff in that. But I don't even know what it is. But anyways, but a bunch of the stuff in the previous direct was like indie games or 3DS games. I was like, just show me the Switch stuff. I just want to see the Nintendo first-party Switch stuff, and we didn't. And there was stuff there, but there wasn't as much as. Well, granted, of course, you gotta remember E3 is on the way, so that. But yeah, just overall, this direct was just much more satisfying because it was all Switch and it was on 2 games I wanted to see info on. So overall, it was, especially, I mean, I got everything I wanted. Like we got the ARMS global test punch, and that's basically all I really wanted out of the thing. So I'm happy. I'm more than happy with this. And if anything, this has got me more hyped for E3, which sucks, because I haven't really mentioned this on here, but I guess I might as well say it now. I'm going to be able to stream every E3 conference this year except Nintendo's, and which sucks, because of course that's the one I want to do the most. I mean, come on, I'm going to be missing out on the Smash reveal here. I'm not going to be able to have a live reaction to that. And I'm going to be like, Smash! Smash! when it comes on a screen. I'm sure I'm your guys' end. I just like peeked the microphone like if I was Etika or something. Yes. And it would be like, or something like that. But yeah, I'd be like screaming when I see that smash slash on the screen. But unfortunately, no, because I have a final on that day. It's June 13th, 9 a.m. Yeah, I have a final on that day, so of course I can't skip. I was thinking I could probably skip if we weren't doing anything important, but it's final, and I mean, so so yeah, since I have a final, obviously I can't skip school, so yeah, that's gonna be kind of unfortunate. I can't stream it and do a live reaction for you guys, but at least I can do Microsoft and Sony's, so there's that. I'm definitely interested in Microsoft's, but we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, like Sony, I'm honestly not gonna expect much because like the last 2 events they did, I was disappointed because they didn't have what I want. I'm gonna stop expecting. Like I need to do what I do with Nintendo. Like if you want to be excited about Nintendo stuff, you have to have low expectations and then watch Nintendo shatter them. That's basically how it works. To be completely honest with you, I mean that's how I've mostly never really had a problem with Nintendo's events because there's always at least one thing that's in there that I care about. And I'm not mad that they don't have Metroid or F-Zero or something like that, because it's like I just like I'm personally not a big fan of those franchises. I just care about the main stuff like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Splatoon, Fire Emblem is now one of their main franchises. Like I don't care about I don't care about the quote unquote dead franchises, to be completely honest. At least not yet. I'm sure maybe if they release a new F-Zero, I'd buy it, but I don't know about Metroid. Oh, Animal Crossing! Oh my God, we need a new Animal Crossing. Yes. I haven't played
next year though. I think.
And I think about it probably would be next year. They want to space out the releases. They can't have everything come out at the end of the year.
I mean, I wish, but like I want to play games next year too.
Yeah, well, yeah, I still think like yeah, you think that the Smash port or Smash would come out in 2018. I'm still gonna say 2017 if it's a port.
I want it to come out this year. I just, as a business, I don't think Nintendo will release it this year.
Well, Smash is a franchise that's too big to not skip the holiday season. Or yeah,
maybe next holiday season.
Wait, I think I might have said that wrong. It's too big to skip the holiday season is what I should have said, not skip. Like it's a franchise that's so big it has to come out during the holidays, whether or not it's a port or not.
It can come out next holidays, right?
Yeah, but if it's ready, why not just release it? Especially because here's the thing.
But think about this: they're ready. They could have released Super Mario Odyssey on release for the Switch.
Well, that's different because that's a whole new game. Whereas Smash, I guarantee you, is going to be a port of Smash Wii U, which I'm fine with. But I guarantee you it's going to be a port. So, which of course means it would come out. There's no reason why they would have to delay to 2018 for a port. That doesn't make any sense. They're already working on it as we speak. I guarantee it, and it's going to come out this year. If it's a port, if it's a whole new game, which I'd be surprised if it is, by the way, then yeah, 2018, totally. But if it's a port, I think it'll come out this holiday.
I mean, we'll never know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. That's why I'm pretty sure.
Sony releases like, we still don't know about the Pokemon. The game's gonna. Honestly, I'm starting to think that we're not even getting a Pokemon game this year.
I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean,
I think it's like it has a really good chance of happening. But normally, Game Freak will do a Pokemon Direct or release a little teaser trailer or something.
Well, this year I think is going to be different because of the fact that the next game, which is most likely going to be Pokemon Stars, yeah, I think it's going to be on Switch. It's going to be the first home console game in a long time, and the first main series home console game, to be specific, I should say. This is something that I think would be a better idea to save for E3 instead of just putting it in a Pokemon Direct anyway.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I think they might do. In the main Nintendo Spotlight stream, which is like their digital event for this year, so that's like the main event for them, they'll put Stars in there for the Switch, and then I think if it does exist, they're going to throw in, oh yeah, Pokemon Stars is coming to the 3DS as well in like the Treehouse stream.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that makes sense, but
yeah, they don't want to confuse people.
Yeah, because but I mean, like, but obviously the Switch version is gonna be the main version that's promoted, and it's the one that's gonna probably sell the most and whatnot.
Do you think Pokemon Stars is gonna be having a separate story, or do you think it's just gonna be a HD remake?
Well, it's gonna be the third version, most likely. Like
yeah,
the third.
If they release it on the 3DS, then it has to be a sequel. And
well,
I won't be getting
not
Stars if it's just gonna be an HD remake for Pokemon Sun and Moon, because. Why? I mean, sure, I like HD Pokemon games and all, but I don't know. I just want a new game. So.
Well, that's the one benefit for me, because I haven't played Sun and Moon yet, deliberately because of the Stars rumor. So I'm like, well, that's going to exist. Why play it now? Rather wait to play the definitive version and wait. Yeah. So for me, if it's Stars, then that's fine, because I didn't play Sun and Moon, so it's gonna be a whole new experience for me. So I just rather would wait to play the definitive version of that game. So yeah, it was E3. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's E3, man, it sucks. I'm gonna be missing it. Well, I'm gonna watch it live from like a class or something, but you know, I'm not gonna be able to stream it, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, Microsoft and Sony. I mean, I want to see the Final Fantasy VII Remake again, but for some reason I think they're not going to show it. They should, but they probably won't. That's why I wanted to see at the PlayStation Experience in E3 2016. We didn't see anything from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hopefully we'll see something about it this year. Also, maybe something on Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, I'm not really a Kingdom Hearts guy, but I know there's a lot of people that want to see some stuff for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't really know much about the franchise. But do you think Kingdom Hearts 3 comes to Switch?
Way back in like 2015, I was like, oh yeah, it's totally gonna come to the NX at the time. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but then again, with a game,
we'll never know. Well,
I mean,
we will know. But
well, I don't know. I for some reason I don't think it would.
I hope
I don't know. It's one of those games that it should, but I don't think it will. I'm just happy that's on the Xbox One. Like, do you have any idea how rare that is to get a Japanese game on the Xbox One? Yeah, so, but yeah, it'd be cool if it was like a PC version or something, but that's probably not gonna ever happen. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, I know something a lot of people say. I really just want to see more Ni no Kuni 2 and Final Fantasy VII Remake. And whatever else Sony has is just going to be a surprise. 'Cause I'm not really interested in most of their franchises, to be honest. Like, I'm more interested in like even Microsoft series than I am Sony's. I mean, there's definitely Sony franchises I'm definitely would like to try, like maybe Ratchet and Clank or Uncharted, but I'm not like interested in them. I don't have like a pre-existing connection because I don't have a PS4 or any Sony console other than the PlayStation TV that I basically never use anymore.
Who do you think is gonna win this E3?
Well, it depends on your definition of win, because technically there's not really a winner, but in terms of the one that will have the most announcements, I think it will be either Nintendo or Microsoft. And the reason why I say that is because, one, the Scorpio, that's going to be huge when we get this, you see all the stuff about the Scorpio. Sony doesn't really have any new hardware to announce. I mean, the PS4 Pro is out and PSVR is out, so And I highly doubt there's going to be another PlayStation 4. I know there's like that one person that was like, oh, there's going to be Destiny 2 for PS4, PS4 Pro, and a quote-unquote newer PS4. But I think that's just a load of garbage. They're not going to do another PS4. Yeah. But maybe it'll be a PS4 Pro Slim. But they're not going to do another more powerful PS4. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I agree with that.
And yeah, so in terms of games for Sony, just not anything I specifically am that interested in.
Yeah,
it's just like it's mainly third-party games that are only going to be on PlayStation, like Final Fantasy VII and Ni no Kuni 2. That will never come to the Xbox One, and will probably never come to PC, and will probably not come to the Switch. So they're going to be PlayStation 4 exclusives, I guarantee it. Well, so yeah, so. But yeah, nothing really from Sony's series in particular. Actually, no, I know something we haven't seen in a while. We haven't seen anything about God of War, the new God of War. We haven't seen anything about that yet. But yeah, I'm definitely more interested in like Nintendo. Obviously, is the one I want to see the most, but Microsoft is definitely the one because, I mean, the Scorpio is the thing I want to see the most. I want to see all the specs. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what the games run at. I want to see what they're gonna have for a launch lineup. I want to see the price. I want to see all kinds of stuff on the Scorpio, because it's gonna be the thing that's gonna probably get me the most benefit out of my 4K TV when I finally get it. So I obviously want, because I mean that's obviously gonna be the main focus, but also what kind of games? Because honestly, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Well, I know there's some they do have announced, like Crackdown 3. I don't know that much about that one. State of Decay 2 is one that some people are hyped over. And also there's ones like Cuphead and stuff like that. Like, there's definitely games, but we definitely need to see some new game announcements from Microsoft, because that's the thing they need right now. They need first-party games right now.
Yes.
They got the hardware. The Scorpio is definitely the most powerful console this gen. I don't think anyone's arguing that at this point. It's just a matter of, will that matter if the first-party games aren't there? Yeah. That seems to be that's the main concern at this point.
Nintendo and Microsoft are total opposites. Earlier about how Nintendo they have tremendous first party support, and they're a little weak on third party. Microsoft really weak on first party, but very strong on third party. And I'd say Sony's just in the middle.
Sony doesn't even have middle. They just have everything. They have all the third party, both Western and Japanese. They have a bunch of indie games. They got all the first-party stuff. Sony has everything, and Microsoft and Nintendo are like the complete opposite. Yeah, like Microsoft has all the third-party, and Nintendo has all the first-party, but they're lacking. Yeah, it's just kind of like they're lacking the others, though. They're lacking what the other person has. Like, Microsoft's got the third-party, but they lack the first-party. And Nintendo's got the first party, but they lack the third party. It's really weird. But the reason why I think it's going to impact Microsoft more is because, you got a bunch of third-party games in your system. That's great, but what's the reason to buy your system over a competitor's that has the same exact games? Now, of course, the one selling point, if they don't have a ton of exclusives, is they're going to have the definitive version of that game, because the Scorpio is going to obviously be the most powerful. So that means they're going to have the best running, best optimized, best looking version of that particular game on console, which is cool and all. And I'm definitely going to be excited for that. It's one of the reasons I'm probably going to end up getting a Scorpio at some point. It's just because I want to be able to play the best console version out there, but it's also kind of too little too late, because the biggest reason why I think most people bought a PS4 over the Xbox One was its price, because the Xbox One was $500 at launch, whereas the PS4 is $400, and
the Switch is free. Wii U was $350.
Wii U was $350 for the deluxe bundle and $300 for the standard white bundle, and the Switch is $300. But now it's kind of price is definitely there, but I think the biggest reason was the fact that the games looked better on PS4. They ran at higher resolutions, had more stable frame rates, stuff like that. That's the biggest reason why I think PS4 got so much of a lead. But at first when the Scorpio was first announced, I was like, yeah, Microsoft is finally gonna get back on top. They're gonna have the most powerful console. But then I slowly started to realize, Well, it's kind of too little too late. I mean, the PS4 has already sold over 60 million units, and Xbox One is
it's
over.
too late in the console life.
I mean, there's no doubt about it that Sony has won this generation in terms of sales, but it doesn't mean that Xbox One can't still catch up. It's just, it's going to take a while. But
so this is something I gotta ask. Do you consider the Switch in a new generation, or do you think it's in the
mean, considering that the PS4 Pro and Scorpio are basically also a part of the same gen, I'm just gonna, for the sake, I mean, we kind of evolved past the point of generations in a way. I mean, like, Phil Spencer himself even said that we're kind of evolving past the point of needing a whole new systems when we can just keep upgrading them like PCs.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's probably what they're going to do for the Switch as well. I mean, we got the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, and the Scorpio. Well, there's probably going to be a Switch. There's probably going to be an enhanced Switch in the future if the Switch does well.
Or I don't
which they've done for years with the 3DS and stuff. So
I think what they'll do is just release like a different like docks with stronger.
Well, yeah, I guess they could just do that. But well, do we know if they can even do that? I mean, at first I thought I could do that, but now I'm starting to well. Maybe they need a separate processing box. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see if that ever happens. But that's also kind of fun. Like, that's not happening for at least, like, 3 years.
Yes.
And that's if the Switch proves to continually be successful. And if Nintendo thinks to upgrade and hardware is necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're kind of rambling on here beyond our thing. But, yeah, basically... Yeah, we're definitely pretty hyped for E3, especially for Nintendo. I'm definitely... interested. I'm definitely excited to see what Microsoft has to show with the Scorpio, and Sony is.
Yeah, I don't really know. I saw this one poll about what you're most excited about with E3. Sony won, and I don't know why.
Wait for last E3?
No, like it was a poll. Like what are you most anticipated? And one thing they didn't even put Nintendo there. And
oh yeah, I saw that, and everyone else was like Nintendo, like everyone was putting that, and I was kind of like, wasn't that like Jeff Keighley that put that tweet out? I think that was Jeff Keighley. Yeah, and like, he put that there. And like, what was the other one? Like PC or something? Like, well, like there was Sony and Microsoft, EA, and Ubisoft, I think. And it's like, what about Nintendo? Like,
yes.
And I feel like I'm sure he probably just left them out because there wasn't enough room because like the Twitter posts only go up to 4. But why isn't it Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo, then like Ubisoft or EA? Like, why not leave Nintendo out like that? I'm sure he didn't do it intentionally, but it's just like it was kind of weird that he like left out Nintendo, and everyone in like was like tweeting at him, Nintendo, like everyone was like Nintendo because he didn't put that in there. So
Nintendo, they're gonna have a good E3, and
I think that this is gonna be their best E3 in like 2 years. Like, they haven't had a truly great E3 since like 2014, in my opinion. Like, that E3 was freaking amazing. The opening scene with the Robot Chicken characters and Reggie and Iwata fighting. Oh man, that was a great direct. Well, digital event. You know, it was a great E3 right there. 2015 was a mess. 2016 was better, but it only really has Breath of the Wild and nothing really major.
2016 was really good E3 for Nintendo, and you may be like, why? Well, I think I've told you this already, but it really helped. It got me into the Zelda series, and now I've played many Zelda games, and it's just one game influenced me to go out and play other games. And I'm so glad because I'm so glad I didn't miss out on this franchise.
But yeah, I guess so yeah, basically, yeah, I guess let's kind of wrap up here the video. So
yeah,
basically, overall, yeah, the direct was pretty. Like, the ARMS direct was pretty good. I got everything I wanted. I'm definitely excited.
We got a test punch. We got a good overview of what we can expect from the ARMS in general, and I think Splatoon 2 single player is looking really good. I'm excited to find out more about it. I'm excited to play the game, both games in general. So yeah.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, we kind of delved into this, but yeah, we're obviously really excited for E3. It's only a few weeks away, believe it or not. Yeah, look at the time. Like, it's the 23rd and 6th. Yeah, like it's coming up fast.
It's actually the 24th.
On my end, oh, it's right, time zones. It's like 12:07 on right your end, right?
Yes.
Yep. So now it's the 24th for you, 23rd for me. Yeah, time zones. but yeah. So I mean, so yeah, E3 is coming up fast, and in fact, I might as well go ahead and promote it here since it's probably going to be a thing. But yeah, SacredFroakie is actually thinking about doing a predictions video for E3 that I would be a part of, so yeah, well, that be on the lookout for that.
For Nintendo.
Yeah, but for Nintendo specifically, but we'll probably end up cramming. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to mention like the others, of course, at some point. But it's definitely like, gonna be but it's gonna be like a Nintendo focused thing. So yeah, that's gonna be the first. I think it's gonna be like the first video I've really done outside of this channel. Well, I mean, I used to do videos on my other friend's channel. Actually, my very first video on YouTube that was a video that my friend uploaded before when we were trying to play the original Splatoon Global Test Fire, and we were playing Black Ops 2 while we were waiting. But yeah, so yeah, be on the lookout for that video, and of course, if it comes out, I'll let you guys know, and I'll go ahead and add his channel to the list of people on my channel. They're on the corner on the page. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And that's basically all I have to say. So yeah, I guess yeah, this is Logan589XP.
And wait.
Say your thing.
Oh, and this is SacredFroakie
signing out, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.